The Wizard of Oz is a cinematic masterpiece from 1939. This movie was made 80 years ago and is older than M&M's, but it still looks freaking fantastic. By comparison, Catwoman was released in 2004 and it looks like absolute garbage. The Wizard of Oz begins on a farm in Kansas where Dorothy Gale is trying to get help from her Auntie Em and Uncle Henry because the evil Miss Gulch wants to take her dog Toto away from her. Auntie Em and Uncle Henry are zero help.
Dorothy, please, we're trying to count. Oh, but Aunt Em, she hit
Don't bother us now, honey.
And the farmhands are trying to be helpful?
Then the next time she squawks, walk right up to her and spit in her eye.
Oh no, Dorothy, don't listen to Zeke. That would be assault. And while it's only a misdemeanor, it seems like Miss Gulch holds some kind of power in this town. She's got to be like a council member or an alderman or something, and it could easily get bumped up to a felony. If you want petty revenge, and just dangle some of those truck nuts on the back of her bike. It would be hilarious. Dorothy is upset and starts dreaming about a faraway land somewhere over the rainbow, but really, her life isn't that terrible. She lives on a huge farm with plenty of animals to play with, and she doesn't have to do any work. I mean, they actively try to keep her from doing any kind of manual labor, and she gets to just belt out a tune whenever she wants. Your life is awesome, Dorothy. I was whistling in the break room the other day, and my boss screamed at me for like 15 minutes. Miss Gulch shows up, and she has an order from the sheriff that says she's allowed to take Toto and have him destroyed.
Oh, no, I won't let you take him. You go away. Oh, I'll bite you myself.
Dorothy!
Damn. Holy sh**. We've all dreamed about going off on someone, and Dorothy is out here living it. The only thing that would have made that better would be if Dorothy started barking at her, too. Get out of here, I'll bite you myself! Dorothy is a straight-up badass. Toto manages to escape, because he's in a picnic basket, and runs back to the farm. Dorothy, fearing that Miss Gulch will never stop hunting Toto because she is mean and has way too much free time on her hands, decides to run away when she comes across Professor Marvel, who can read your past, present, and future. Ooh, and he can juggle. I bet that's neat.
And who might you be? No, now, don't tell me. Let's see, you're traveling in disguise. No, that's not right. You're going on a visit. No, I'm wrong. That's right. You're running away.
Yeah. Great trick. The sign out there said that there would be juggling, so can we just skip to that?
What's this I see? A house with a picket fence. Yes, there's a woman. She's wearing a polka dot dress. Her face is careworn.
That's Aunt Em.
Yes, her name is Emily.
That's right.
Good guess.
Why, she's crying. Someone has hurt her. Someone has just about broken her heart.
Me?
Well, it's someone she loves very much.
You know, Professor Marvel is actually a good person here. He's gently reminding Dorothy about what she has at home.
What's this? Well, she's putting her hand on her heart.
What?
Well, she's dropping down on the bed.
Oh, dude, stop! She was getting the message.
That's all. The crystal's gone dark.
Okay, his intentions were good, but the delivery could use a little softening around the edges. My God.
You don't suppose she could really be sick, do you?
I'm sure it's just complications from polio or something. I should have had her pay me up front. Dorothy runs back home just in time for a tornado to rip through the farm when she's knocked out and her whole house gets sucked up by the twister and gets transported to the land of Oz, where Dorothy is immediately met by Glinda the Good Witch.
The Munchkins call me because a new witch has just dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the East. And there's the house, and that's all that's left of the Wicked Witch of the East.
Glinda casually lets Dorothy know that her house just smushed the Wicked Witch of the East, and the Munchkins proceed to treat Dorothy like a damn rock star. And she even gets to meet the mayor. All things considered, this is a pretty nice way to spend an afternoon.
Ding dong, merry-o, sing it high, sing it low, let them know the Wicked Witch is there.
You're 3 feet tall and you still can't design a door that you don't have to duck to get through?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Witches are old and ugly.
I am a witch.
I've never heard of a beautiful witch before.
Only bad witches are ugly.
Well, that is just a gross generalization. Just because you don't agree with a certain group's politics doesn't mean you can disparage a holy hell, okay, she's pretty hideous. I will give you this one, but I still think your previous statement was divisive and closed-minded.
Killed my sister. Who killed the Witch of the East? Was it you? The ruby slippers. What have you done with them? Give them back to me or I'll...
It's too late. There they are, and there they'll stay.
If If I just accidentally killed someone and someone else forces me to wear their shoes while a family member yelled at me, I would desperately be trying to explain my side of the story.
Give them back.
Keep tight inside of them. Their magic must be very powerful, or she wouldn't want them so badly.
You don't even know what they do?
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
I'm afraid you've made rather a bad enemy of the Wicked Witch of the West.
You made her an enemy of the Wicked Witch of the West. You did that.
The only person who might know would be the great and wonderful Wizard of Oz himself. He lives in the Emerald City, and that's a long journey from here. Did you bring your broomstick with you?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
Well, then you'll have to walk.
Those are the only two options? You have horses here. I can see one over there.
And all you do is follow the yellow brick road.
But what happens if I...
Just follow the yellow brick road.
Okay, thanks for absolutely nothing, you pink weirdo. Have fun traveling anywhere you want in your magic bubble while I walk hundreds of miles in shoes that aren't even mine.
Follow the yellow brick road?
Follow the yellow brick road.
I was.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Trying to.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Both made of matter here. Can't go through ya. The first companion Dorothy meets on her travels is the Scarecrow.
I haven't got a brain.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Hern. Take that, general cross-section of the population. Dorothy and the Scarecrow then come across the rusted-out, heartless box, otherwise known as the Tin Man.
I was chopping that tree when suddenly it began to rain. And right in the middle of a chop, I rusted solid.
This was you right in the middle of a chop? You're not even facing a tree. He's obviously lying here, but why?
The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
No heart?
No heart.
You know, he's got no heart, but he's got rhythm and grace, that's for damn sure. The three of them set off to find the wizard when they... What? No. I don't want to bring it up because it's clearly not... Fine. Hey, have you guys heard the story about the Munchkin that hung himself on the set of Wizard of Oz? Real or hoax? Let us know what you think in the You know what? No. I'm not gonna do... Because it's clearly a bird, Dan. Everyone's pretty much accepted that for years. They run across a ferocious lion and are about to be eaten when Dorothy delivers a devastating bitch slap and just completely emasculates him. And the lion joins them because once word reaches the rest of the forest creatures, they'll surely rise up and eat him. They finally make it to the Emerald City, but before they can see the wizard, they're forced to freshen up. I always require that of people when they come over for dinner parties.
The wizard says go away!
This is also what happens when I host dinner parties. I have a problem with social interaction. And you'd say, well, why don't you stop hosting dinner parties? Well, I may as well just stop breathing, too. Dinner parties are my life, but I also hate people. You know, as a child, nothing frightened me more than watching the Cowardly Lion sing.
The chipmunks genuflect to me. The sparrow would take wing. Farewell, king.
Horrifying.
The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come.
Damn smoke!
Bring me the broomstick of the Witch of the West.
But if we do that, we'll have to kill her to get it.
Yikes. It's interesting that your mind goes right to murder. You could just steal it, you psycho. So now that they're government-sanctioned contract killers, they make their way to the witch's... Scarecrow? Where the hell did you get a gun? Did the wizard provide weapons for you? And if so, why would you choose a net and a wrench if guns were an option? Where's your gun, man? It's the perfect opportunity for it.
Well, what happened to you? They tore my legs off and they threw them over there. Then they took my chest out and they threw it over there. Well, that's you all over.
Look at the Tin Man bringing mountains of sass up in here. The three go to the witch's castle to rescue Dorothy and end up committing a war crime by dressing up in the enemy's uniform. They get to Dorothy, but the witch's guards have them trapped. The witch tries to burn the Scarecrow alive and Dorothy throws a bucket of water and melts her. There should have been no water anywhere near that place. The witch should have told her guards to drink plenty before their shift because there would be absolutely no water on castle grounds. So they bring the trophy from their kill back to the wizard, where it's revealed that he's a fraud, just like every other wizard I've ever met.
You humbug!
The wizard, realizing that he's about to get his ass kicked, just straight up pacifies them with some complete and utter nonsense. He gives the Scarecrow an honorary degree in thinkology, and the Scarecrow suddenly becomes every former classmate that you're friends with on Facebook who tries to act like they've always been interested in the Middle East.
Sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side.
He's completely wrong, but he says it with shockingly high confidence. So he would actually fit in perfectly on Facebook. He gives the lion a medal of courage and the Tin Man a heart clock, and I'm starting to think that that bag was full of stuff that he was about to take to Goodwill.
You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
Why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me.
The hell you say? If you had told her to click her heels right at the start of this thing, I'm guessing she would have at least tried it. So we have a happy ending, which can only mean that Miss Gulch died in the tornado, otherwise she would still be after Toto. And since Gulch was out in the storm because of Dorothy, technically, Dorothy murdered her twice. Revenge doesn't get much sweeter than that.